Welcome to BCCC Talks, episode E7. I am your host, Bianca Clark. Today we have a special guest, is Madison Lanius today. Welcome, Madison.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to talk with us today. Before we get started, tell us a brief description of yourself, about yourself in the Agribusiness program.
So currently, I just started in August in this program, and it was something new for me. But I've really started to enjoy everything about it, with all the different things we get to do and learning. And it's just been a really good experience so far, and I'm glad to continue in it.
Okay. So I understand that agribusiness was not your first choice at first. What did you do before then?
I was in nursing beforehand. That was something I've been wanting to do since I was a little kid. I started in there, it was August of 2021, I believe. And it was going good so far. And then when I got into my second semester, it became a little more difficult for me. And it was just something that I couldn't grasp altogether. So I just decided to try to do something else. And I came across agribusiness. And I didn't think I was really going to like it, but I was like, I'll give it a shot. And I've turned into really loving it.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the agribusiness program. Like, what do they do? And for anyone that may be interested, a little background about it.
So in agribusiness, it's basically all these classes about centered around agriculture. So you'll have classes like soil science and agriculture chemicals and intro to sustainable ag and things like that. So you basically learn all these things from crop production to, you even take animal science. So you get to work with animals and things like that. And you basically can use that to, if you want to start your own farm or if you want to work on a farm. And you also take business classes and finance classes for agriculture. And you can work for an agriculture business kind of. So if Ag Carolina or something like that, you could go do finance or business with them. You can do sales. You could do business management for agriculture. And just there's so many different things you could do with it.
So agribusiness, was this a personal choice for you? Do you have someone in your family that's involved in it, or?
My dad has worked in agriculture since I was little, and a lot of his friends are farmers and stuff like that. So I've kind of grown up around it, and it's something that I liked, and I just never thought that it would be a career for me. But as I've gotten to know more about it and really get to learn about it, I really enjoyed it, and it's something that I'm happy that I get to be in.
That's great. My father, he has a farm also, so that's kind of relatable to me. Yes, we had a family farm. It just turned 100 years old.
Wow.
And so he's trying to get involved, get other people involved in farming.
Yeah.
He said that farming is not as hard as it used to be.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, sometimes they shy away from farming, when it comes to growing crops, growing hemp and, natural things.
Yeah. That's why I think this program is good for people that don't really know a lot about it, but really enjoy it. So I think this would give them insight to what's really involved in it and help them really get into it more.
Yeah, what would you say is some of your biggest strengths from being in the program?
I really like in soil science we have to collect soil and test them, and I really like the testing part. So you get to see all the components of soil and what you can do to help it, to keep things healthy and help them grow better and stuff like that. And then intro to sustainable ag, which is kind of shying away from using chemicals and stuff like that and being able to use natural resources to help your crops and things like that. And I think that's something I really like.
Okay. I wanted to piggyback about the nursing program. Do you think, upon completion, I know sometimes people will go back later, even though that may not have been their first choice in the beginning. Sometimes they'll go back to it. Do you see yourself maybe going back to it, or
right
this
now,
is for you?
I don't see myself going back to nursing, and that's not something I ever thought I would say, but I'm really enjoying the agribusiness program, and I don't plan on doing anything else.
Yeah, you have to follow your dream. What is one of your future plans that you plan to do upon completion, when you finish the agribusiness program?
When I finish here, I want to go to a 4-year university and either get my bachelor's or master's in environmental analysis, or even possibly agronomy, which is crop production and stuff like that.
Oh, good.
And maybe soil science too.
That's good. Would you like to start your own business or anything like that?
That hasn't really been a thought of mine. I kind of like working more for a company already, like maybe in a lab, like testing soil and doing like soil samples and stuff like that. That's more kind of where I wanted to go.
Okay. Can you tell us a little more about that when it comes down to testing the soils?
So you'll see us sometimes walking across campus, but we go and we'll get soil from like different places all over campus, and we'll take them back. And then the process that we use is you take the soil when you put it in a tube and you mix it with the solution, and then you filter it through paper, and then you'll take that and it has the nutrients and stuff within that solution, and then you'll mix it with some like other enzymes and stuff like that, and then you'll let them sit. You might have to shake them around and stuff like that, but you can test them for different things like potassium and phosphorus and nitrogen and some acids, and like there's different things that you'll see. But then you take it and you'll learn maybe the pH of your soil, which needs to be in a certain range, or there's different things within the soil that you need to know what kind of fertilizer you need or something like that, what kind of crops that would flourish if you grew them there, what ones wouldn't do so well, if you needed to add something to your soil, just different things like that.
So Madison, can you tell us what courses do you take in the agribusiness program?
So currently in this semester, I am in soil science, agricultural chemicals, and intro to sustainable ag. And then next semester, I will be in animal science, plant science, ag records and accounting, I believe marketing, and I think that's it for next semester. And then in the summer, I have like agronomy, and then my fall semester, I have microeconomics and my internship.
Oh, okay. Are you ready for your internship?
I'm excited to start, like really get to use what I've learned hands-on in the field rather than like just in school. So I feel like it'll give me a chance to like really get to put my knowledge to the test and see if I've actually learned what I needed to and get to know more out in the field too.
So you already have like your name of places that you want to go to do your internship?
There's a place that I'm starting in August.
Oh, okay.
In Greenville.
Okay, good. Now, what type of jobs can you have after completing the agribusiness program?
So some of the jobs that you could have, you could sell equipment, you could do feed and agriculture like supply sales, maybe run a store that deals with agriculture, do farm operation, you have wholesale and like retail like produce management and different things like that. You could work in a nursery for like different plants and stuff like that. And then you also have like environmental and agricultural education. So you could come back. If you wanted to go to be like a teacher for ag or something like that, you might have to get a 4-year for that. Mm-hmm. But that'll just give you more knowledge to use to, like, if you wanted to teach students more and things like that.
Okay. When you first got started, did you feel like it would be difficult for you, or was it something like that you felt at ease? Like, okay, I mean, I understand this is your choice. Like, okay, this is the program for me. This is something that I want to do. Like, what were your first thoughts when you entered into the business program?
My first thoughts was that I thought it was going to be really difficult for me, because I haven't been in it as much as some of the other people in my class. They've worked on farms, or they have their own farms. They've done different things like that, and I hadn't really experienced it for myself. And I thought it was going to be really difficult for me, but it was actually really nice. And my Miss Abby Barfield, she's a really good teacher, and she's been helping me through the program, and she explains everything so well that it's kind of eased my stress a lot about it. And it's just been really fun.
And you said your father is involved in farming?
Yes, he's worked for multiple places that deal with like crops and spreading fertilizer and different things like that. And then he works with a lot of his friends, like farmers and doing things like that.
So I know he's proud. I know he's happy, because sometimes usually what we do, whatever our parents do, we may end up following their footsteps or their career, something that they done that kind of catches our interest. Yeah. It catches up to us one way or another. Yeah. So
it was kind of he was like, well, why don't you try this out? So I was like kind of off-put about it for a little bit, because I didn't really think I was going to enjoy it or like it. And then I did more research on it and realized, okay, it might not be so bad. But I'm kind of glad that I listened to him. Yeah,
good choice. Tell me, where do you work now? What are you currently doing while you're, a student here at BCC?
Currently, I'm working at Washington Regional Medical Center, which is in Plymouth, and I do medical records, which is like the paperwork for the patients and for the hospital and stuff like that.
Where do you plan when you plan on transferring? Where do you have any colleges in mind that you would like to transfer to?
I've looked at Mount Olive and
Okay.
possibly NC State, but I haven't decided on which one I'm going to go to yet.
Okay. Well, I know whichever choice you make is going to be the best choice.
Thank you.
Yeah, something that you follow, that you love doing. Now, why do you think having a formal education in agribusiness is important?
I think that having the education will kind of help with going into that career, giving you more information than you might not know already. Because there's a lot of stuff that I've learned this semester that I've never even either heard of or thought of. And it's really opened my eyes to seeing a lot of things. Like either driving past like a field, you can see, oh, they might need this type of stuff to help it get better or something. You just learn a lot of things that you might not know just from working somewhere. But I think it would help if someone wanted to go into like an agriculture like career or something dealing with it, to like get an education in it, to learn more, to make sure that you're like prepared for what could happen, or if you went into something where they ask, what kind of chemical may you like use for this or something like that. I think it would help like prepare you for that kind of situation.
Well, Madison, I wish you the best in all that you do. I think it's great that you chose something that you love and you enjoy doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wish you much success in the future and your future plans. Madison, thank you so much for coming to talk to me today.
Thank you for letting me.
Yeah, thank you for taking time out of your day. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Everyone, this is BCCC Talks, your host, Bianca Clark. Everyone have a good one.